So here we are at wall number 3 in the distant calling event, and I thought it was time for me to bring you a little video explaining to you how well we're doing or not doing, as the case may be, what I think of the event so far, as well as this issue that we've had with wall number 3 and what wall number 3 is actually like. So yeah, that being said, let's go and have a look. Hey guys, Mountain here, bringing you another event video where we're going over the distant calling event, and we are currently at wall number 3 right now, which is this one you can see busy burning. Obviously here in South Africa, we are, our time zone wise, reset is at 2 o'clock in the morning, so when we join, it's already started, sort of thing. But yeah, here we are at wall number 3, and it's been something else. Let's go and have a look at what happens, shall we? All right, guys, so here we go. We're going to attack this wall. We're going to use our typical PvP march formation, and let's go have a look. There we go. Let's see what damage we can do. And here we go. About to hit the wall. 14 seconds left. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You shall not pass!
That looked like a lot of damage. That looked like a hell of a lot of damage, actually.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
0% killed. 79,000 wounded. What the hell? Okay, all jokes aside, this is actually one of the reports from one of the very first attacks we did, and as you can see, at that point, they hadn't fixed the problem with how strong the wall itself actually was. So the wall started off basically sitting on 2.8k stats at the top and 6k stats basically at the bottom. And with that number of troops, I mean, look at the remaining number of troops. With that number of troops, it's no wonder we actually were losing those battles quite horrendously. However, we had a lot of people complaining on the Discord server and to customer care and that sort of thing, saying that this is ridiculous. They were losing so many troops. I mean, our kingdom, for example, and I've been awake since 2 o'clock this morning. When the game reset, we've been awake all attacking. And at that point in time, the amount of troops we were losing made it that it actually wasn't worthwhile doing the event, and we were never going to take down the wall. So we thought, okay, fine, we're going to end up having to wait for the 8-day mark for Merlin to take the wall down himself. And we weren't going to be spending any more resources and stuff on troops. And yeah, well, KOA themselves sent out a mail. Let me just have a look here. There we go. We apologize for the inconvenience caused to you. We have received your feedback on the Joyous Wall. We are currently determining the difficulty adjustment plan. Please be patient. Afterwards, we will also compensate according to the player's injury. Before the difficulty adjustment, please wait patiently. Thank you for your understanding and support, Merlin and the KOA team. Right, so a lot of us who were up early, we actually spent a lot of resources on healing and that sort of thing. So we were not sure what was going to happen. So we were a bit concerned and we had to wait. And this is the next mail we got. We have lowered the difficulty of the Joyous Wall. You can continue to participate in this event and get rewards. For the players lost before the difficulty is reduced, our compensation plan is as follows. 1. All players who participate in the Joyous Wall before the difficulty is lowered will receive compensation to express our apologies. 2. We will heal and revive all season wounded and season lost in season hospital by attacking the Joyous Wall before the difficulty is lowered. If you find that the wounded and lost in season hospital are not automatically healed and revived, please log in the game again. Cool. We will compensate for all the goals, resources, and acceleration consumed when the player heals and resurrection season wounded and season losses generated by attacking the Joyous Wall before the difficulty is lowered. That's good because we've spent a lot of resources and healing speed ups to keep trying. If the player have the real dead soldiers produced by attacking the Joyous Wall, we will also send the corresponding compensation. Now here you can actually see with the use of English and spelling and that sort of thing. At this point, they were stressing, and they wanted to get this out quite quickly, as quickly as possible. So those that had troops that die, like most of us did, we're going to be compensated for that. How the compensation is going to actually be or go or work out to, I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. And it says, after difficulty is lowered, season wounded and season losses will no longer be healed and revived immediately. The healing and reviving time will be normal. You can check the specific instructions in the seasonal hospital. So back to normal, basically. For those of you who don't know, season hospital works like this. It counts size-wise the same as your normal hospital. Whatever you've got that gets wounded or dies will go to the hospital instead until the hospital is full. At that point, whatever gets wounded or dies after that, 10% of that will be a perma loss. The other 90% will go into a season loss hospital. Every 2 days, the season hospital will automatically heal whatever troops are there at no RSS cost. And every 7 days, the troops that are in the hospital, in the season losses hospital, will be healed at no RSS cost. But that 10% perma loss is still perma loss. If you have any questions, please contact us. Okay, so that's fine. And then after I'd healed, eventually we stopped healing because it was getting ridiculous. And then this came out, 162,000 troops were healed, and then 2,100 of the loss of the slain warriors were returned, the ones in the losses. Just go out of there. Okay, so it was quite horrendous. As I showed you, it was 2.8k stats above, 5k stats below. And let's go and have a look at what these stats turned into in the end. And I was losing 90,000 troops per attack. It changed now to 21,000 troops per attack, which is much more handleable. And if you scroll down, it's down to 1.3 top and 2.4 bottom. So they have reduced it quite a bit, which has helped. It's helped a lot of people actually, first of all, keep trying. And secondly, it's helped a lot of people get rewards and things like that because they've survived for longer, which effectively means it's cheaper in resources as well because it takes much longer to get to those resources. That being said, however, we were not able to save up enough Merlin crystals to actually return Merlin's magic to him. So we are struggling, even with that reduction, to defeat this monster. When they say it's horrendous, it really is horrendous. And I don't think that we are going to be able to take down this wall necessarily in the 2-day period. Looking at this, maybe if everybody keeps pushing, but eventually, people get tired of pushing. And they'll do so much, and then eventually they're going to turn around and say, okay, you know what? I can't. I'm tired. I want to go do something else. I want to go play a different game. I want to, whatever the case might be. So are we going to succeed? I honestly don't know. I hope so. But worst case scenario, we just wait for Merlin to take the wall down on his own. Now, with regards to the rest of the event, it's been a bit of a yes and no for me, in terms of there have been a lot of things that have been enjoyable and nice, like the higher resources, the higher monsters, and barbarian rallies and things like that. But there's also been a lot of things that just seem to me like the KOA team, when they did the beta test and then converted it to the proper full test, doing the 7-day test and a 2-month actual event, it got lost in translation somewhere. So there've been a lot of things that have been extremely difficult to do.
Disappointed!
But there've also been a lot of things that were difficult but a lot of fun and were good, etc. This event has brought a heck of a lot more unity to my kingdom, and has got them to work very, very well together. And that's absolutely fantastic. I mean, we couldn't really ask for more than that. You know what I mean? Especially considering what we're going up against in kingdoms like this, for example, and these kingdoms over here. Everybody's quite strong and quite competitive. So it's basically brought out the best in us, the best in Kingdom 857. So for that, I am actually very, very grateful. And I have personally been enjoying this event. A couple of things that I would like to see rather change would be things like Firelands. I can do the Golem March from here, for example. They bring the Golem March into here, the Golem itself. Um, but things like Firelands, to have to go back to your normal kingdom, to go into Firelands and participate in things like Firelands and Fallen Knights, as much as it sucks in that. But to participate in these other things, you got to leave here, go there, do it, and then come back here, sort of thing. I would prefer it if you could do it from here. Effectively pick which map you want to be on, generally speaking, and you can participate in those things there. I like the fact that you were able to bring your portal into this, so you could do your portal monsters and things still. So I don't really see why there are things like Firelands that you couldn't necessarily do from here. Maybe Netherwar will be the same thing, where you got to first go back to your normal kingdom, go into Netherwar, go back to your kingdom, and then come back here. I don't actually know. We'll just have to wait and see. And I'm curious to see how KBK is going to go this weekend. Yeah, so that's just basically an update for how we at 857 are doing, how I'm doing, how I personally feel about this event. Drop your comments down below. Tell me what you're thinking of this event so far. Wars 1 and 2, were they easy? Wall 3, have you found it easy? Are you finding it difficult? Did you manage to save up enough of Merlin's magic powers, his crystals, to give it back to him in order to get that special power and that sort of thing? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will make sure I reply to your messages as soon as possible. Otherwise, guys, that's going to be it for this video. Until the next video, be good, be well, and be safe. Bye.